If you are looking for a route to do as your first ever multi-pitch sport climb, I'd highly recommend Oops, I Did It Again, a 3-pitch, 300-foot route on the Britney Spears arête, just up the road from the town of Chico, Montana. This being said, this is not exactly a climb for the faint of heart. If you are thinking about doing the route, you must absolutely have a 4-wheel drive vehicle with a good deal of ground clearance to get there. The road is one of the worst roads that Jed and I, keeping in mind we're 2 kids that grew up in Montana, have ever been on in our lives, and we were glad that Jed's brother let us take his Tacoma up the road. It crosses a small stream at some point.
I was trying to get out of your way.
Oh boy.
And is extremely bumpy because of the amount of scree that has slid off the mountainside onto it. To get to the climb, pay close attention. You'll drive up the road from Chico according to Mountain Project directions and find a place to park in a turnaround near the GPS coordinates. The instructions then say to go up through the scree and get on a trail marked by cairns if you can find it. Based on this information, we thought it wasn't necessarily critical that we got on the trail. But unless you'd like to spend a bunch of time wandering through steep, sliding scree fields like we did, take a good mental picture of what your view from the road should look like before you head up through the scree. I cannot emphasize this enough. You should be able to see this exact view from the road. If you get it right, you'll be able to see a series of cairns and wind your way up a faint trail marked by them until you reach a dirt cliff line. Follow this up and look for a red rubber hose on your left. Climb up the hose and you should be near the base of the climb. The approach is roughly a mile and very steep. The climb itself is graded 5.9, but it primarily is 5.7 climbing with only a couple of crux moves that warrant the overall 5.9 grade. If you are spooked by exposure, this route might not be for you, as it follows up an arête the entire way and you feel very vulnerable, especially if it's windy. That being said, I loved this route and I definitely think it's worth doing.
It's cold and I'm over it, but I just started the climb. Update number 2. It's still freezing, and I just did update number 1 like 30 seconds ago, so I'm kind of impatient.
This is insane. How are you doing?
I'd say a lot better than South Dakota.
Yeah.
But I still don't know if like multi-pitching's ever gonna be my thing.
I mean, it's scary. All right, this is the last pitch, the 3rd pitch. Let's get it. This is crazy. It's really scary up here. Like, for real, the climbing is easy, but it's scary. It's very exposed and it's windy.
Update number 3. I'm freezing and I'm ready to leave. They're almost to the top, so yay. They're almost to the top. I don't know if you can see him pulling the rope or not.
We are at the top of the 3rd pitch. It's just crazy, oh my gosh. The views are spectacular. I'm glad that we're done and that we're gonna start to head back down the mountain though, because it's starting to get dark. We got way lost getting here. It was not ideal. We almost bailed and didn't actually do the climb even once we found it, but I'm really glad that we decided to do it.